It is unfortunate to be outcast in such a way, but it is not pity you are receiving.
And then what is the difference?
I don't look down on you for it. I see that you stand there stronger. What you did, you survived it. Sympathy is a way of showing kindness, a way of saying, I see what you've been through, and I am sorry that happened to you. But I'm not looking down on you for it.
You are not tall enough to.
Look,
I'm
if I
sorry.
wasn't tired, I'd stand up on the railing.
And he kind of got you with that one, Lyra.
Yes,
And I'd push you off the railing.
am. No, you did get me with that one.
To be honest with you, I've seen just as many, or not more, monsters that look like me than they do you. And with what you've been through, and for you to be here and still using your talents to defend the people of Galehaven and to do what you do, it definitely speaks more of the man you are, not a monster.
And you're hardly the only one that's ever been outcast from their family, so to speak. And there are people that can empathize with what you've been through. Maybe not as an extreme case as you've experienced, but still something they can understand.
I saw that when I heard everything about your people was going on. You were pushed out of your home. Hunted. Kind of like I was. I had to help you all. It was the right thing to do.
Mm. For some of us, it's recent. Some of us, we've experienced it before. I've not seen my family since I was a young teen. So, some of us have more experience with this than others here, but as I said, I don't think any of us quite have the extreme case that you went through.
I think he is. Even worse, his people are coming here to hunt him. Mine abandoned the hunt in the snow.
Yes. His have been fed a lie. I don't know.
Yeah. The wound of betrayal is one that will never fully heal. That is for sure.
I'm always looking over your shoulder. I understand.
There's still a chance to rectify this particular situation. It's still new. It's still evolving. Hopefully, Alexander, you won't have to look over your shoulder. You and Cyrene. Hopefully, this is a temporary matter.
Coffee.
I hope you're right. What happened with Angelis at the gate? Did she get taken?
I hope not. I really hope not.
Who are we fighting?
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody, hopefully.
We're able to
It'll be
send it
alright.
off.
I promise.
Hello, Leonard.
Hi.
Hello again.
Hey. No. You were just away for a while, and we were afraid you'd gotten taken by whoever rang the bell.
That's a covenant.
That's something for us to be concerned about.
I am more concerned that you think I'd be taken so easily.
Honestly, I think the conversation was just getting a little heavy, and Alexander wanted an excuse for it to break up a little bit.
I see.
Y'all are welcome to come in if you wish.
She's got to be seething right now and plotting something terrible.
It is the old tin can people.
The Knights of the Square Table.
Yes, them.
Indeed. He's not wrong, they are rather old.
Oh, okay.
I don't see how half of them swing their weapons.
Or walk around in that armor unless it is made of tin.
Or that.
And they are in full armor.
Have you always had that blade at your hip?
Sorry, have I always had what?
That blade at your hip.
Usually.
He's looking at her hips.
I'm just gonna close my eyes for a quick moment, just for a quick catnap.
Would you all like a drink?
Oh, but I am starving.
I'm sure I can find something.
Thank you, dear.
Let's see if I can get up.
I don't know if you noticed, but there are some loose feathers around your coat.
Yes, I'm molting.
Oh, apologies.
It's okay.
No, my apologies. A woman should not have to disclose such information. Sensitive thing.
I'm losing feathers that I don't actually have. How is that? What do you
Well,
think I meant when I said molting?
Quite all right. We don't need to explain it.
Yes, sometimes the feathers we don't want are the feathers we need.
My apologies. Anyways, let's move on from personal topics.
How are you three?
Oh, much better. Still old.
Told you.
Is
Well,
Well, I'm not old, but I'm well.
I've always
Yes.
heard an old warrior is a sign of a good warrior. So you must be exceptional knights.
So long as our bodies don't betray us, as well as our minds. But I grew sick, and when you're sick last time,
And it's unfortunate that you fell ill. I'm glad you're doing better, though. How have things been at the square table?
well, the table's still square.
Yes.
Well, some things
That's.
change.
Hmm? What was that?
I was just saying some things never change.
It's for the best, really.
Yes, in time you learn to appreciate that it is, predictable.
Of that I have no doubt.
so what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Oh, we're looking around to see how everyone is faring.
Well, to be quite honest, We seem to be doing quite well, given all the circumstances surrounding Winmore.
Would you like any?
How have the attacks been?
Yeah, I suppose.
Ever since that obelisk was erected, that's, we haven't dealt with many undead here, specifically, but I'm starting to wonder if that wasn't by design of whatever deity or necromantic powers at play. It seems the attacks at Galehaven have gotten much worse, much more intense, and they are advancing, well, rather rapidly.
And the undead are starting to basically encircle the Dwarven Mountain.
Oh my.
Yes, travel from here to the Dwarven establishment has become quite hit or miss. They seem to just pop up out of the ground in what seems to be massive waves.
You have something more feeling, perhaps. Like some-
Possibly.
I will be running to Starborn, as it is midday.
Very well, right? Thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you, and let me know as soon as you do.
I will.
Thank you.
Toodaloo.
Oh, I remember that fellow now.
Safe travels, Rurik.
Safe is no fun.
That one.
Why did I go out this door? Oh, over this way. That was habit why I went out that door. Toodaloo is what she said. What?
Hello.
Has the branch got you stuck?
Yeah, it's okay though.
Surprised the horse did not burn it down.
I'm surprised as well, but then again, it is a freshly claimed horse.
Hello?
Oh, hi.
Hello.
There are people here.
Yep.
Of course.
Good.
Hello.
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 I have gotten a reply back from the Galehaven mayor.
Oh?
Oh,
Yes. They are eager to meet.
That's good.
yeah.
I just need to find out what day and time is best for everybody. I need people to go who will ask smart questions.
I just, the only thing I want to know is about the history of Kindlebrook. That's my big ask. Like, what happened? Well, where is it? Where'd it go?
That can be asked.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, you good?
Yeah.
Did something happen?
No, what? Why do you ask?
I don't know, you were extra quiet. It makes me nervous.
I was just listening.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Better? Oh, we were able to move Biggs today.
This is good.
He's resting over there, for now, charging, but, I was able to do the repairs on him. Somehow.
That is great. I went by there just after sunrise. There was nothing.
For now, it's a good thing. Hopefully, it can stay that way. But I don't know for how long.
Is Sissy here?
No, she said she was taking a nap, but then she didn't wake up. So I didn't know if it was supposed to be like a long nap or a short nap, but...
I want her to go to watch my back. And then I will need others to go who can ask smart questions.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, who's got smart questions?
I mean,
We
mine were
already
pretty
have
much...
yours.
Yep.
And that are pretty much the same question.
I mean, since I have some of you here, I had the meeting with the Mages Guild, and I had some questions answered. I know that they had other meetings with a few other people that had either similar questions or completely different questions. So luckily they mentioned that somebody was coming in to talk about runes, which is great because I didn't know exactly what to ask about that anyway. So they are aware of the skeleton man who resides within the portal and also kind of is a menace outside of the portal. they themselves were not the ones to open the portal. They had the structure there to have a portal go somewhere else that they intended. They just hadn't done anything with it, and that something or someone else were the ones to open the portal to where they aren't entirely sure what that place is. They have not found out much about that yet. Let's see. They know that the skeleton is powerful and filled with a great deal of magic. For now, they think that he is working alone, and they are leaning more towards the direction of a necromancer and not so much a lich. Again, that's not definitive, just where they're leaning. When it comes to the constant rising of the undead, the only suggestions that they had, which Rurik, you were very close with yours of burning the bodies, but fire alone was not enough, apparently, to completely burn the bones. So we would need a way to deal with that more efficiently, and their suggestion was the fact that where those bodies were in the ravine seems to be, in a way, I think unintentionally a mass grave from a previous battle, and they were not properly buried. So either finding someone who I'm going to find, well, I guess Jebediah I'm going to talk to about it, even though they didn't think that he would be strong enough to do it, but consecrate the ground, or do our best to move the bodies to consecrate. That's the only way that they said would be to prevent the dead from rising again.
Okay, problem. Do you remember the time that New Bastion took holy water to the ravine?
Yeah, that holy water is not enough to consecrate all of Galehaven Ravine.
Me and Dol spoke to Alexander and Lyra today. We spoke about that. There could be a chance divine magic of sorts is fueling it. It feeds off of it.
I mean, I didn't say anything about divine magic. I was just talking about consecrated ground.
Consecrated ground is, in a sense, divine, is it not?
I mean, not entirely, because it's based off of religious rites.
We'll have to see then.
Again, I'm going off of what the mages were figuring out and what they've known.
I understand. But there's also the fact that holy water was poured onto the ravine itself, and the miasma was spread faster.
Oh, I can only tell you what I know.
Maybe it was not enough. Maybe the stuff was running away.
Yeah, they did say that poking at it and things like that aggravate it, and the only way, again, is to completely do it. You can't do some of it. You have to be able to fully do it. Otherwise, they just attack to try to make you stop. Kind of like when you were burning the bodies, you were getting attacked more.
Do you have a Sir Michael Finnegan at your gate? Looking for his comrades?
Oh,
they are at Bastion.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was just there.
Oops.
I'm like, oh, I hope they weren't here, and I didn't notice them, but no. All right.
I didn't want to just let anybody in. I don't really know him.
You're fine.
So.
You're right. Don't worry.
But I'm not challenging what you said. It's just that's what I heard. And
no, I know. I tried to bring up as much as I could about different tests and things like that, but they said it has to be something that's not a partial. It has to be a complete. Let's see, what else did they have? They talked about how, the history of the land has been lost for many years, but they are aware that there have been a great deal of battles, which there's still evidence of, with ruins everywhere kind of scattered about. Now, with that comes the obelisks. The one at New Bastion is the only one, essentially, that's... The rest of them that are kind of scattered with skeletons around them and are within ruins, they know those to be completely different. Those are not similar. Yes, undead are there, but it's not in the same way, the same kind of obelisk as New. And it's kind of like those obelisks are more, gosh, the word for it, like a monument for the battles that were fought there. Let's see. They did say they were currently working on ways to combat the miasma. They talked about the cave and the door that's near Haruka's, and then the one that is near Ebonspire, and saying that they don't believe that the snake-like creatures and the fish-like creatures have any, what was it? They don't believe that they did anything to cause the undead issue. They believe it was actually the opposite, that they may have answers, solutions to it, but they're lost and gone now, which I brought up the fact that the lizard one, no, snake one, was it snake or it was snakes? That's what it was. The snake one by Haruka's has been caved in on the outside with rocks, and they very, very, very strongly, I would suggest isn't so much the word as much as really not wanting anybody to blow up rocks to get into places. Saying things like it could make it worse, you could lose very important information or details or something like that. But yeah, they're like, no, please don't blow up rocks. What else? Some of the undead that are in the lands have been here for centuries, and it's not a part of this kind of undead uprising. Some have just been. I think they use the word centuries. Kindlebrook, they're aware of Kindlebrook in the sense that, like, we're aware of it just by name. The information of it is lost. The people who live in Galehaven, that's where they came from originally. They're unsure of who might know of information regarding it because it's been a few generations since they possibly moved here. But again, hopefully people can figure that out. I feel like there was more. Haruka, am I missing something? Was that most of it?
I'm trying to think. I believe so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. They did say that with it, how it is currently, the numbers are kind of more leaning towards impossible for kind of dealing with them until there is a actual definitive solution. Everything else is kind of just a band-aid. It's temporary.
I could have told them that.
Yes.
As I was speaking with Alexander today, we are almost to the point of telling the people of Galehaven it's time to leave. Mm-hmm. Those that do not leave, we are going to have to leave to their fate. Or we force them to leave.
But I think that is mostly everything. Man, this silence is loud.
Sorry.
I don't understand much of what you said.
That's alright.
What time do you are normally awake?
Me? Either about an hour or two before the midday storm. Otherwise, it's, storm between storm.
Alright. Because I have to go to bed. have our nightmares in the morning. Morning hours.
All right, well, sleep well.
That you and I have an adventure tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
Because I really want to go.
It's a date.
Okay, good. All right. You all have good night.
You as well.
Please be
Right.
safe.
Oh, I have to send a letter, and I keep forgetting.
These letters.
Has anybody seen Rue?
Yes, she, I believe about an hour ago, went back to her library.
Good. She'll get my letter then.
And hopefully at some point getting some rest, because it's been quite a day, and a lot of thinking.
Do I need to go so you can rest?
No, it's just my mind trying to work itself, but since I don't have normally something to work with, this is kind of how I normally am when I don't have stuff to do.
Okay.
I
Do you have any plans tomorrow, Haruka?
I mean, I have that meeting with someone at Tinkerglade at 5, and then I think Lyra wanted to speak with me after. So I mean, it depends on. I guess depends on if I'm needed for something or not.
Okay. I want to meet with the mayor of Gelhaven. And I'm trying to figure out the best time.
Oh, um,
Any time tomorrow would be good for me. All day, all night. Thursday, I have up until the midday storm.
I mean, I'm about the same anytime after 5, I suppose tomorrow I'm alright for. After that it would be after 7. Of the Eastern Starlight.
I will shoot for 8.
Okay, sounds good then.
No reason to make people rush. Now I need to talk to Rue, Sizzy. And then I guess I will have my party.
In a manner of speaking.
Alexander and Lyra because they have that place, their place. They are also level-headed.
Okay, that's true.
You and Rue because you are intelligent and you will ask many questions. Myself and Sizzy, we can be the muscle. Make sure nothing happens. Intimidate if need be.
Aye, indeed. That sounds like a good plan.
I could give Sizzy first, put her on my shoulder, and they would never know she's there. I want to bring Meatball because she understands the dead stuff. But I have not seen her.
I haven't lately either. Other than the one night that she was with us.
Right. Oh, I'll be awake a lot more. Yeah. Oh. I have keys now. I can leave a snake in her place. A small one.
I'm not involved in it. Nope. Know nothing about it.
What do you mean you gave me the idea?
No, I did not. I gave no such thing.
You said maybe to wake her up.
Nope.
I know.
Nope, I did not. I said nothing of the sort. Can't prove it. This couch seems to want to swallow me. Stop it. I don't want to go that way.
I will be in thought for just a moment. Maybe 3.
Of course. Okay. What's he doing?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good.
Do you need help with anything?
Mm-mm. Not that I know of, at least. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Sorry, just not used to that stuff.
It's alright, I won't say anything.
I'm probably gonna go get some rest. Even though it's still early for me, I'm tired as fuck.
I think we all need it.
Come find me if you need me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or just get a rain to send me a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. We'll get you home back, one way or another.
I hope so. Get home safe.
I'll try, and we'll get you home. Even if it means I have to be there every day. I will set up a camp at your doorstep.
Well, hopefully we don't have to do that. We'll
We'll
figure
find
it
out
out.
one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Sorry for taking so long. I had not prepared my letter in advance.
You are fine. Nothing to apologize for.
Well, it seems that I might have missed saying goodbye to Amaris, so I feel a little disappointed in that. But that is my own doing.
I was in my thoughts. So did I.
Oh, all right. Well. Well, anything new for you, I suppose, or is it the unfortunate same old undead?
Drews did take me to see a shaman.
Was that today or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
Ah, I hope that's going well.
It's going.
Well, I guess going is better than not going.
I'm supposed to find my stream. Listen to the leaves and follow the wind.
Oh, all right.
Right.
So, like a spiritual journey?
I have no idea.
I think I'd probably be a bit confused by that as well.
His words were so cryptic.
Well, hopefully something will enlighten that.
Maybe time. That is the only thing new I have.
Well, I suppose it's something. Hi, Haruka.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I finished sending my letter. I had to write it all, but luckily I was very quick. Well, I mean, relatively quick considering the amount that I wrote, but still it took me time. I was getting the letter to Jebediah out of the way. I felt bad because essentially I've sent him 2 letters in one day, and I had not given him a chance to respond to the other one, albeit the other one was more of a casual kind of a letter, just speaking about poems and such. So this one was more on the topic of the consecration and getting his advice on that.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it'll be alright.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
This means it's a very big sea person. Getting all those letters, I'm kind of jealous.
Don't be too jealous.
Somebody has been sending me food.
Oh, what kind of food?
Chicken. Cooked different
you like
ways.
Chicken? Oh, well, there we go. That's pretty
even have
nice.
2 raw chickens.
Oh, then you can cook those ones how you like. Well, that was pretty thoughtful of whoever. Or weird, who knows?
No
I'll
idea.
lean towards more thoughtful. Well.
It's definitely interesting. Never had that sent before.
I know some people were getting turtles and geese and other animals sent to their mailboxes, but cooked chicken is new.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I might go to New Bastion and see if Lyra's still there because she hasn't responded to my letter. So I'm sure she's been busy, but if she is still around, then I'd like to talk.
I think I remember when Rohan answered the door, Lyra was here looking for you, but it was about the same time you left for the labyrinth
dang it.
thing.
All right.
She was awake when I left there and came here.
Well, if you both would like to go to New Bastion for you again, then that is where I will be heading.
Okay.
Oh, she stood up. Oh, we're going! Yay!
I will meet you guys there. I will run home and check my mail.
All right, sounds good. Don't worry, they'll close. It's fine.
Boy, that's pretty quick.
Hear footsteps?
Mm-hmm. I think you might
That would
recognize
be
those
me.
Ah, you said
Rurik!
it. Nice to see you. Glad you made it back.
I sent my letters out and then spent the night at Gelhaven. I was alone, so I did not engage.
Fair enough.
Welcome back.
I know I am good, but I am not that good. There are just too
I
many.
mean, it's good to know your limits, but yeah, you are good.
The mark of a great warrior is knowing your limits.
Am I interrupting anything?
No, we're just sitting, conversing.
Indeed. Which, sadly for them, they had the, probably the worst conversationist in the house, but...
I promise it's not bad. I am somehow much worse.
I fail to believe that.
I promise it's not good. Anything that comes out of my mouth is surely because I'm stressed and I'm trying my best. Otherwise, no calm, always panicked.
I see. Never really noticed.
That's definitely the idea, trying to not let others see that I am panicked with conversation.
I just simply thought you were always chipper.
Nope, that's the panic. I mean, in a way, yes, I do tend to have a little more positive disposition, but when it's just me and others, where especially if they're newer to me, or if they're wanting a tour of the home, I do tend to panic a bit.
I see. Well then, I should ask for a tour.
Oh no.
Next time around.
I have been giving the task off to my sons so that they learn how to converse better, because at the same time, some of them are worse than me. Druz does a good job though. He's very good at conversing with others.
Cruz is very good at explaining things.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that is a true skill, honestly.
Yep.
Being able to explain something on different levels, both simplistic and complicated at the same time, helps.
It is a strength rare indeed.
Unfortunately, I think Haruka, you might have been awake when it wasn't Drew that was explaining something, but Kenji was explaining things to him. Oh gosh, you were awake. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I was downstairs when that conversation was going on, but I was trying to be polite and not make noise.
The conversation, apparently that Drew needed details on because he was unaware was the kind of conversation a father and son eventually have in regards to the private going-ons between a man and a woman.
At Denny's, we do breakfast right.
I see.
He was very confused. And Kenji was very panicked. He had no idea how to have the conversation with him. He managed to do it to some degree, but it was definitely a struggle.
I've actually had that conversation with, well, one of my many cousins. They were very confused that I had two mothers. So, I had to try to explain that, but it's a complicated subject.
At some point, I think Drew got a little confused when the mention of eggs came up, and he wondered if women lay eggs.
Well.
Again, Kenji was floundering a bit. I hope he got there, though. I want to say he did, but I don't know if Drew was just kind of being polite, saying that he understood.
Well, what the path of twisting questions are a winding one. I'm sure they're hard to navigate.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna start calling their breasts eggs. I mean, what the fuck else is he gonna think? I mean, eggs. They look like round eggs. Some of them look like.
I probably would have made that conversation harder by saying yes, they do.
With her saying that, well, I'm on that train of thought, you know, it kind of fits.
I suppose the worst knowledge about that is that in certain species have spiked or scaled eggs. The egg that I hatched from was spiked. I had many questions when I saw the shells when I was older.
Well, luckily we did not have to answer questions about eggs.
It's good, because there are definitely... It's a lot to talk about. Rurik, that reminds me of something.
What?
The skewers I gave you earlier. Did you eat the stick too?
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
Was I
looked
supposed
away
to?
when you... No, no. I looked away when I heard the crunch and the chomp, and I, for some reason, just thought that you ate the whole thing, including the skewer.
No.
Wonderful. Good.
I have skewered plenty of meat before.
Ah, okay.
Normally
Is that your
with
preferred
peppers,
way of cooking it?
onions. No. It's just a fast way of cooking it.
Yes. That's why I enjoy doing it, honestly. And you were right. Peppers and other things. Sometimes fruits.
Mushrooms.
Like pineapple. Mushrooms too, yeah. So many things you can put on a skewer.
And I still have them in my pocket if you want the sticks.
Oh no, if you find a use for them. Maybe a last resort if somehow one of your weapons isn't able to get to.
Exactly my thought.
A weapon? Rurik, you are the weapon. I heard you breaking a man's spine. Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear about that, Haruka?
No.
Rurik broke a man's spine in half.
Okay.
I was being gentle.
Right in half.
That makes it worse.
If it helps. It got mended.
If it helps, at the time he was our enemy and you were injured.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And he was 5 feet away from you.
Ah, yes, that one.
Oh, okay. I'm going to assume that it was one of the Marauders then.
Yep.
Okay.
I heard the crunch through the door.
I thought we were talking about a civilian. I was about to say, I hope not. Okay, that makes more sense.
But so yeah, when I say Rurik is the weapon, I mean he sometimes I don't know. I feel like using weapons sometimes might hold you back a bit because you're very strong. I think we were talking about removing somebody's bottom jaw, and I commented that I believe you could probably punch it clean off.
Yes, probably, depending on the size.
Well, the individual we were speaking about specifically.
Easily.
Yes, easily.
But to rip a man's jaw off, it does not take much pressure.
Nope.
Well, in some cases, hostile gravity will probably just help you. Just grab on and fall to the floor. If you're small, anyway. Haruka could probably do it.
I don't doubt that. I just would prefer not to.
Well, you never know. You might have to use whatever tactic you can to survive one day.
With those strong hands, I would not be surprised she could rip a man's throat out.
Oh.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I do the things that I do in hopes that I don't have to, but I keep it sharp and strong to make sure that I don't forget how to do the things I do.
No, yep, absolutely.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hi. I didn't get a chance to say hello before I was pulled away.
Sorry.
And also, hello to everyone.
Hello. I'm guessing all the arrows have been removed?
Yes, but we ran out of nighttime before the entire thing could be dealt with.
Oh, alright.
At least I can... Yeah, it'll be fine.
Arrows?
Boy,
The
is Rurik
undead
outnumbered.
around Galehaven like to use very powerful arrows.
They sure do.
I don't like those.
Carry a shield.
I do, but apparently they like to get behind me.
That I can understand. They are good at doing that.
Oh, yes, they are. We were purging the dwarves area. There was a point in time before... No, it was actually right around the time you showed up. I had about 20 or so, all firing at me at once.
How did you stay standing?
Well, generally when I move, my swings tend to deflect most of them. But, there was also a very large tree stump that I hid behind. And, I was able to recover a bit, and then I started out by hitting 1 into 5 others, and then, at that point, Whistlecog was able to... Or no. Was it Whistlecog? Or Lyra? Well, one of our wonderfully skilled Rainmakers was able to help me finish them off. But there were quite a few that did get dangerously close to poking me through my armor. I guess they used some form of bodkin or something of the kind. Because some of them do pierce through.
I think Cyrene and Lyra can speak on the arrowhead's quality more than I.
Mm-hmm.
I also do carry my shield upon my back, even if I'm not using it. It kind of gives me a turtle shell, bit of armor. And it also covers the back of my head, which is good.
Given a choice, I would have as much skin exposed to the sunshine as possible, but that's not very smart in the middle of a battle.
How about light chainmail?
I was gonna say I would start throwing arrows at you if you didn't wear armor.
You've seen my armor, and I think it's almost repaired at this point, isn't it, Angelis?
Of course.
Good, good.
If I'm not actively tempering things, Morena does a very wonderful job. I couldn't have asked for a better assistant.
My backup armor is hardened leather, and while it's lighter and a lot more easier to work with, apparently he's not good with his arrows.
Well, I will say, the first generation of that armor is probably not my best work. The platings underneath the hardened leather, or at least sewn in between, aren't exactly in vital areas to protect very well.
Okay, before I get too comfortable and go to sleep, Haruka, do you mind if we speak upon your medical issues here, or would you like it to be done in private?
Oh, I don't mind if it's here.
Okay. By the weekend, I should have enough skin grown to basically replace the damaged skin on your. So we can get that. I can't guarantee it's going to look exactly the way it previously did, but it will be close. As far as the eyes, Zarya has a bit of a plan for that.
Of course he is. I love him.
One of the arts that we're taught at Linden is the restoration of sight, because we follow the god Pelor, god of light. Bringing light to the darkness is something important to our diocese. Blindness of all different types, whether it be the clouding of vision from age or injury, or the damage to sight by workmen or war, is very important to us. I have a ritual prayer, really, to Pelor, the sun god, that can be done to assist, I hope, with your sight. But it must be done under the light of a rising sun. So, if you wish to do that, and wish to try, we need to do it preferably, probably the Godswood, or maybe the statue down at the river. Both have been blessed, while the sun is first rising.
I mean, I'd definitely be more than willing to try.
I mean, all I can see is either it will work and Pelor will bless you, the restoration of your sight, or you'll feel warm and fuzzy and nothing will happen. It'll take about a minute or two to do it at dawn. It's an elaborate prayer, beseeching Pelor to aid you.
It is definitely worth a try. I have faith that it would work for you.
Hope so. Like I said before, if anything, the hope is there to be able to see again, but if not, I'm not reliant on it either. I've learned to get around things like that. But I would like to try.
Well, all we really require is a place where the dawn's light can fall upon it, either down at the river or in the God's Wood, before the statue of Pelor. As the sun rises, I shall recite the prayer and place my hands over your eyes. And if Pelor wills it, your sight will be restored.
That's what might be easier. A little more controlled area.
Indeed.
Just like that.
Miracles can be worked.
Couldn't tell if that was doubtful or just an okay to that.
Yes.
Well, it's understandable if you've not bared witness to such things to be skeptical of it. It's a pretty fair thought, honestly. I myself did think that I could do the things that I could do until I was able to do them.
I have never seen a god answer when anyone is called out.
That is a fair point.
When Lyra and myself were trying to find solutions to the miasma and obelisk within the clinic, my solution was to create consecrated holy water. I did an elaborate ceremony down at the crossroads before the bridge, at the height of the day. Pelor answered. Light appeared above the barrels of water that where no light was before. Water became consecrated. He answered my prayers. I have brought my faith from my homeland, but Pelor still sees me. He still sees Alexander as well.
God's Wood is flooded with ravens, which I'm taking as a sign from my goddess. I know it's a sign from my goddess.
We are far from home, and we brought our faith with us, but we did not leave them behind.
Have you ever noticed those fiery wings I get during battle, Rurik?
Yes.
Those are the will of justice itself. I am able to call upon. Vengeance is fire. Gives me the strength, energy, and power I need to fight endlessly, should I see it. And to cleanse those I strike down with holy fire. Or, if need be, to intervene where one would have been stricken down. And they take no harm whatsoever, as if it never happened.
Can you call upon enough holy fire to scorch that scar? Does it work on those things?
When
It
we
has...
attempted... Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say it has on the ones that I've stricken down. But as far as laying waste to the entire scar, that is, well, for a better way of explaining it, ranks above me. What some would call a seraphim. That is not my strength yet.
When Lyra and myself brought to bear different consecrated materials against this problem, instead of it reacting like other shadow undeath things would, the divine energies were co-opted and twisted, fed upon even.
That's what it looked like.
If a seraphim went to town on that ravine, I fear it may feed it a feast that would cover the lands. It is one of the reasons why I've been asking different libraries, different wise people, different people who've lived here, what the native gods and goddesses of this land are, past and present. I suspect something of death, divine, has co-opted our powers to feed its return. That's only a guess, but it fits what's happened.
I'm really hoping it's wrong, too.
As am I. But some jumped up necromancer or lich should have been burned to pieces by what you and I did.
I don't know. Unless this thing plays by a completely different rule book that we've never seen before, which is, again, possible. I don't know.
We need more information. Perhaps these meetings over the weekend, more pieces of the puzzle will be laid bare.
Well,
Do you have questions for the ones at Gelhaven?
Where is their original home? What happened to it? What was the nature of the issue that forced them to flee?
Can you be awake at 8 p.m. Eastern if they reply to me?
Unfortunately, uncertain. I would like to be.
Write down your questions and give them to me.
The mayor has responded to myself, and I am requesting 8 p.m. tomorrow. This is not something I want you scheduled for next week.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know how all of this began. The beginning, the source. There are undead now scattered all over the place. The plague has run rampant, but where is the origin?
We don't even know if they all come from the same origin.
True.
Because the undead that are popping up around the mountain are following very different rules than what's happening at Gelhaven.
But what happened in our clinic is based upon the samples that you took from Gelhaven, so let's start there.
I'm just saying, we can't automatically assume it's all the same problem.
If the rest of the undead are just a serious case of ill-maintained graveyards and unconsecrated soil, then we can take care of that.
Also, I didn't get a chance, I have not gotten a chance to tell you, I'm meeting with, one of the mages tomorrow. From the guild.
I thought we already wrote to them and got little to no information beyond a bunch of names.
Well, yes, that was the second part of the letter. The first part of the letter said that they were compiling the research I requested.
Ah, it's finally compiled, huh?
Yes, about obelisks and miasmas.
Sounds like you have a full day tomorrow.
Yes, and I am tired.
Do you know if you're meeting with Balthazar or Zor? What is it, Zorthor?
I have been in communication with a Balthazar.
All right, all right. He definitely seems to be the one who speaks up the most, so hopefully that will be to your benefit.
You have met this one?
Yes, I had a meeting with both of them earlier today, and spoke out loud the notes. So hopefully, that will make your meeting, Lyra, a little.
Yes, as I said, it already has put questions in my head, because I have seen skeleton in the portal, and I have seen the dancing queen, and they are not the same. And I already know that the dancing queen is just a puppet that it speaks through. It's not the actual entity.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to bring forth more details in regards to it, because my interactions with Dancing Queen have, well, actually most of it has been just like from a distance or one-off interactions. Nothing as grand as your interactions.
Oh, please
And
don't call me.
bigger interactions or more often interactions. I don't know, but I definitely did my best with my questions. I did admit to them in my letters that I was going to be probably woefully unprepared for my questions, because I simply asked for just any books or research material, or just to be vaguely pointed in the right direction, because I did know that they were very busy. Instead, they wrote back and said, "How about a meeting?" And I was not ready.
Okay, well, as I said, thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I need to go find my rest. Yeah.
I should probably do the same.
Well, then I will also make my way home. I want to see if I can't kick Kenji out of bed for at least a few moments.
I wish you luck with that.
You will be well.
Of course.
Good night.
Rest well.
And Rurik, if you feel like grabbing a snack from the kitchen over there in the tavern, you can.
I've seen what you've done with chicken. You've cleaned it straight off the bone. It's very impressive.
Well, waste not, want not.
Absolutely.
I should probably go to sleep too.
All right. Sleep well.
Rest well and thank you.
You're quite welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Did you want to spend more time here, Haruka? Or would you like to come with me home?
I'll go with you. Considering I'm going to have technically 2 meetings, I probably should get rest also.
Yes, rest is very important. Well, until next time, Zarya.
And thank you for... I'm going to be taking up that offer, but I'm assuming probably after the brain is not working right now.
Take your
The
time.
meetings over the weekend?
The meetings, and also the thing that the reattaching the skin thing that Lyra wants to do.
Yes.
Probably a good idea is we'll be bringing the full force of Pelor to bear, so if it works, it might help that even more. If it doesn't work, well, at least you'll get to experience a nice, warm, sunny dawn.
I do enjoy the sun, actually, so...
Good.
Either way.
We can go this way. We can leave through this door, correct? Yes?
Yes, of course.
Alright, thank you.
Have fun.
I know the guard told us not to enter.
You take care of
I wanted to make sure exit.
I will.
See you tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, I will
actually...
also tomorrow. Oh, actually?
Where do I meet you at, I'm assuming Galehaven? For that meeting?
As far as I know, yes. I am
And it
waiting
was-
for them to confirm the time.
Alright.
Okay.
But as of right now, what was it that you said? 8? In the
8,
Eastern Standard?
yes.
Alright. Alright, well, have a good, evening or morning, night, whatever this may be. And I hope, you are victorious in all your battles per usual.
I will.
Take care, Rurik.
You as well.
Now, he is curious about this god.
Alright.
Sun god. God of sun. They're not a god of the moon.
I wish to hear of this sun god. Is there
Valor?
not a god of the moon?
We have 3 gods that we mostly follow. Saloon of the moon goddess, Valor the sun god, and the Raven Queen, which is the goddess of death and fate.
Sun, moon, death.
Yes, they are the gods of Bastion that we brought with us.
Is there
Myself
no god of life?
Technically, Pelor is the god of life, being the god of the sun, as the sun brings life to the world.
I thought the sun brings light.
It does. Light and life. It banishes the shadows, cleanses the darkness. It is divine healing. Sun Father.
Okay, what do they do?
Most of us, what we do, most think it is magic, but it is not. Us clerics of Pelor are taught at Linden that we are focuses, lenses, channelers of Pelor's will. We take what gifts he provides and focuses them upon the patient, or upon the shadows, the darkness, the undeath, to cleanse them. Really, we just do what Pelor wishes. If Pelor wishes to heal someone, they will be healed. That is why I told the little one that I can try a ceremony, elaborate prayer, to aid her vision. But in the end, if Pelor does not wish her vision to be restored, for there are other fates involved, then it will not. It is not up to me. I am but a conduit.
And what must you give up for this? All gods demand sacrifice.
The sacrifice that we give up is years of training from a young age. We are also tattooed with certain ritualistic markings based upon our level within the church. The markings you can see on my arms are such. I did have markings on my face, but there are issues with myself at the moment.
Training is not sacrifice. Markings are marks of honor, status.
The sacrifice, I suppose, is of one's free will. As I said, we are conduits of Pelor's will. We do what he requests, what he wants. We go where we are needed. We do what is required. Our lives are not our own.
How do you know what the sun wants? It just shines.
Through prayer, through meditation. There are some who hear the word of their god. Lyra hears the words of her goddess. I have not been so fortunate.
Then how do you know what your god wants?
I meditate, I pray, and then I do what I believe is the correct action. If those actions are successful, if Pelor's powers are utilized, then I am doing what he wishes. If my actions fail me, then I have taken the wrong path.
I think I understand now.
what of you? What god or goddess do you yourself follow?
We have no god. We wander too much. No place to sit down. We are a
You do
small
not
tribe.
pray?
Our prayers go unanswered. I have prayed every day since this happened to me.
Since what happened to you?
I became this. I was not always this monster. I was once a man.
You were once human?
Yes.
I have seen minotaurs to the southwest across the rivers. I assumed that you were a member of their race. I apologize.
No. Those are natural born. Maybe.
So what circumstances brought you to this?
I was betrayed, and dark magic made me this way. Dead magic from a lady with a snake's name.
Have you sought out the powerful and the wise to change you back?
I am talking to a shaman at the Minotaur camp. But his words are cryptic.
Most are.
I must find my stream. I must listen to the leaves. I must follow the wind. What? How can I follow something I cannot see? How can I listen to something that it does not speak? I have found many streams that I have claimed as mine.
Are there any streams in these lands that have your name associated to them long before you arrived?
No.
It wouldn't be that easy, of course.
Why am I not being shown the surge? The surge is being
Well, it sounds like you're cursed, but I do not know if there are any experts in such things in these lands. If we were back at Linden, I'm sure a member of the diocese would be able to assist you. But I am very young and not familiar with such things.
I don't know. I remember being chained to black stone. Much pain. Lots of screaming.
You say black stone. I don't suppose it's the same black stone as the obelisk. You can get closer. Through the doors over here. Not like that?
No. It looked like glass, but felt like stone.
Sounds like the stuff at the volcano.
There is a volcano here.
Apparently, somewhere, dwarves tap into the earth, draw away its lava for their forges. I've never been to the actual volcano.
But that is not the
The
stone.
impression. Well, it was worth a shot. There is much obsidian volcanic glass to the east, past the dwarves, over near Iron Bastion, the great prison. It seems to be quite natural over there, though where it's coming from I'm not certain.
That stuff is very similar, but much smaller. This was a big solid black stone. It shined in the torchlight.
Was it underground?
Yes.
You were chained to it and you were altered.
Yes.
There are supposed to be meetings happening over the weekend at Granny's. I would guess that representatives from almost every household will be attending. Perhaps when there is free time there, you should tell people what you have experienced, and see if anyone is skilled in curses or knowledge of this black stone.
Or maybe one might know the name of the woman who worked with the dead magic.
Maybe they do. I'm afraid us here came by boat. From Bastion itself, we are not locals, not familiar with the magics or the peoples or the gods. But yes, instead of going from place to place, your best opportunity is to say what you just spoke to me about, to the masses, to the representatives of the land, and see who recognizes that.
There is a small chance I might be able to attend the Friday.
Good.
Nightmares.
Yes. I have missed much myself due to nightmares.
I miss every weekend due to them. The mayor of Galehaven thinks himself a hero for leading the town the way he has.
He led them into exile from Kindlebrook, led them into a place which is now under siege for more undead. How is this the actions of a hero?
That was my
It might
thought.
be necessary. The actions might have been necessary, but it's not heroic.
I was also warned that there have been a series of thefts in Galehaven.
It is a village of farmers. Why would anyone bother?
No.
What has been taken?
He has not told me. The thefts are not my concern. That would be a job for his people. My concern is the undead and how to stop them. If they can be stopped.
The darkness can always be stopped.
I have put bonfires down there and they have not stopped.
No, this darkness is resilient. Something is in the background, behind it all. The Dancing Queen, that dark green skeleton with a jewel, the one who created that obelisk near us, is but a puppet. Something is behind it, something powerful. Something that does not care about divine consecrated water or holy oil from the Queen of Death and Fate. Something that can take divine and twist it and make it their food.
Doesn't a puppet have strings? Can the strings not be followed?
The last time we tried, our clinic was destroyed and this place was overrun with undeath for many, many nights, though we are seriously considering attempting it again. If we do not get information or answers from the Mages Guild from these meetings over the weekend, then all of our courses of action are spent and we will have to be a little bit more aggressive in attempting to follow said strings.
All I know is, if I do not get answers when we meet with the mayor, I will not allow anyone else to defend that town. I cannot allow anyone to put their lives in danger if we are not being well informed.
That obelisk, that green miasma, that broken building, that used to be our clinic. Clinic run by Lyra. We took soil samples from the ravine before this became a problem, when the undead stayed down in the bottom. Lyra attempted to discover if there was a consciousness behind it, and if so, in what direction. When she attempted this farsight, something looked back. It saw her, it saw this location in an unleashed and undead hell for a week or two at non-stop every night. The more we killed, the more we fed the Dancing Queen. The slaughter of the undead was just a fuel. And I'm afraid that's what we're doing over at Galehaven. We're feeding something.
What if we could build an iron cage?
Around the ravine?
Yes.
These things seem to spread out further and further and swim through the soil. They are now in the valleys between us and the dwarves. They are up against the Blackgate Archive. Haruka's home was attacked by undead. We all went there to defend her, and my lord Alexander lost his horse in the process. I do not know if physical barriers will stop them, but the dwarves had a magical barrier, a jewel in the crown over their forge. It kept the undead at bay. None of us knew about it until it was stolen. As soon as it was stolen, the dwarves started digging in, changing their entranceways, preparing for the undead. If that jewel can be recovered, and then replicated, we could create ward stones, our own obelisks across the land, and make it so that nowhere can their shadows lie, nowhere can undead walk. We can make sure that they only exist at the bottom of the ocean, and that this land be free.
So we must find the thief.
We do not know if the thief knows what they took. They might have just been after a gemstone. But the dwarves say that whoever took it had to be nimble and had to be fire resistant, as the jewel was in the crown over the forge, and the forge is pure lava.
So we get a group of warriors. We go house to house and we search for this jewel.
I'm not sure many houses would agree to such a thing.
It will not
Don't
be a
get me
choice.
wrong. I agree that that would probably be a solution, but it will cause a lot of friction. We have nothing to hide here. If Alexander says it is so, then it would be so. But I'm not sure many other houses would like their privacy invaded.
Why not? Most open their doors to everyone anyway.
They open some doors. A lot of people have rooms, bedrooms, treasure chambers, other locations that they keep private only to their household or just to them alone. And to be certain that the thief and the jewel aren't present, we would have to search every nook and cranny. And then there's the hidden chambers. The rooms under the floor, the rooms between the walls. Are we so certain Do we tear their establishments apart? Do we level every building across the lands to be certain?
If it is not found in the first sweep, yes. Buildings can be rebuilt. Stuff can be gotten again. If we do not find this gem, there will not be a world to rebuild in.
We may not have to be so drastic. If the natural aspects of this gem and its inbuilt ward is to keep the undead at bay, then as it is moved across the land, or wherever it is hiding, the undead will avoid. So where is that? Where is there a place where suddenly the undead might have been before, but now they avoid it like the plague?
I don't know.
This gemstone kept the entire Dwarven kingdom free. Not just their place under the mountain, but it radiated outwards quite a considerable distance.
When was the last time anyone was south? Although I have not seen undead south.
There are undead just south of here at the crossroads. Our theory is that just south of here, where the tree with the rune and the goo is, where the undead and the miasma lingers, is the oldest location. That is in fact Kindlebrook, the original home of Galehaven. But we're not certain, for they will not talk to us.
And what if it is?
Then the question is, how did the undead start there? How long were Kindlebrook there before the undead arrived? What changed? What happened? Did they bring something? Did they do something? Why did the undead arrive? Why did they flee? Why then? And why did the undead follow them to their new location? Were the undead seeking something? They took with them from Kindlebrook to Galehaven, so the undead followed?
That is one theory I have. Another is one in Galehaven is the cause of this.
Directly or indirectly, do they know they're the cause of it?
That I don't know. Maybe it is
comes
the whole
down
town.
to... But why did it start? I'm guessing Kindlebrook must have existed to the south of us for ages before this began. So what triggered it? What did they do? What did they find? What did they bring home?
This is why I want you to be at that meeting. You have so many questions I can only remember one.
I would very much like to be at this meeting, and perhaps I can. Lyra is just as good with her questions, and she will speak for us if I am not present. Lyra deals with the alchemical side of medicine, with a little bit of mundane. I deal with the divine and prayer side of medicine with a little bit of mundane. We try to cover all the bases. When it comes to everything that's been happening, both at Kindlebrook, Galehaven, and elsewhere across this land, it is spreading like a disease. But this disease started somewhere. If this is a plague, then we need to know who the first patient was. What did they do? There's also another curious question. As I said previously, this place was bombarded with undead every night. For weeks on end after Lyra and whatever is behind the Dancing Queen locked gazes. And then it blew up the clinic, and this obelisk arrived. And as the fighting continued and more death spread out across the grounds, the obelisk grew. But then the undead stopped, and they have not been back. The obelisk has not grown. The miasma still exists, and we cannot approach the obelisk. But that's it. What's it there for? Why did the undead stop coming? They finished their task, obviously, but to what end?
Maybe simply placing it was the task.
You have been fighting the undead a lot across these lands. Have you ever seen another obelisk, even a small one?
Not like that. Just the skinny stone ones. The old ancient ones that don't have anything to do with this, according to the mages.
There are runes on that obelisk. We did not know that at first until the dwarf Runeright came and illuminated them. He took a copy of those runes and translated them, first into Dwarven and then into Common. Basically, it's gibberish about shades and whites, and a warning that we do not know what we will face if we go to the obelisk. I was expecting some sort of spell or ritual, some sort of link, that this thing was a piece of a puzzle, a chain link to something they were building. Something that was attracting undead, feeding undead. But it seems to be more of a stay out, construction site, warning sign, and it just does not make sense.
Maybe there is something buried deep beneath here.
That was another question that came to my mind. Were the Dancing Queen's action creating that stone, or raising it up from beneath the earth? Was it always here, and that we built accidentally on a site that had it?
Was this part of Kindlebrook?
An interesting question. There were no ruins here, though there was a raise in the hill, and roads that went around this place but avoided it, as perhaps it was a Khan, but to the point where the weathering had melted it down to being a small hill. All the natural trails went around this place. Other than that, there was no ruins, no stones out of place. The trees and the wildflowers grew with no issues. Because of its slightly raised elevation and beauty, we decided to build here. Nothing happened while we were constructing this place. So we don't know if there was something here before us, buried under the soil, or whether the Dancing Queen constructed that piece by piece, using dark magics and death that they created the situation for every night. Did the same happen to Kindlebrook? Did they catch the attention of something dark, and it came to their homes, created its own warding stone, and brought death upon them? We've attempted to push back that miasma using divine waters and magics. To no avail, it just feeds it. The miasma sucks at one's soul, one's energy. Strength flags, and you fall. those who've been touched by the miasma hear voices that cause terror. A goblin was dragged into that place. His organs were twisted from the inside, as if something had grabbed them with ethereal hands and attempted to wrench their organs out.
I know that feeling.
You've experienced this. I had to do quite a bit of work to keep that goblin from dying. Where did you experience this?
At the chasm.
At Galehaven.
Yes.
It would make sense, as all of this began because of the soil sample from there.
The skeleton crawled out of the ground. Started walking towards the canyon. I immediately attacked it. My weapons did no damage. It did not even cut its cloth. It turned, looked at me. Then all I heard was laughter in my head. I could not breathe. I fell to the ground, my lungs were on fire. When I woke up, I was by Galehaven. Yvain was treating me. And others.
Good. I have warned them and others that such twisting of the organs can happen because of this miasma and this dancing queen. It seems that they took my warnings seriously for you to still be alive.
It was like the air was sucked out of my lungs. Something was squeezing them. I could not breathe.
That one, which I'm guessing is the same one we call the Dancing Queen, is a powerful puppet. But it is just that, a puppet. During one of the last fights here, both Alexander and Lyra were 1 second fighting near the clinic here, and the next heartbeat they were standing in the ravine at Galehaven.
That has also happened to me.
You've been touched by the miasma. They've been touched by the miasma. And all of you have been teleported. I'm afraid you're vulnerable to that now.
I was standing in a field, and then I was in the ravine. The skeleton was above me, speaking. Riddles.
Do you remember what they said?
Yes.
Have you told others?
Yes.
And what are their thoughts? What are your thoughts on these riddles?
I do not understand riddles. I was stuck in the labyrinth for days before I was rescued. It is a good thing I carry lots of food.
That is wise.
But it was telling me that I am not strong. It is fake. Though I appear strong, I am really weak. Then it started talking about pawns and games. And feeding darkness.
Feeding darkness. What about that?
Something about us unknowingly feeding the darkness.
I think we're catching on. But is it the darkness, or is it just taking advantage?
It will reap the harvest, it said.
It's become clear that killing in the presence of this thing only feeds it, that we are feeding the darkness, even if we are killing its own creations. So what's the alternative? Did Kindlebrook come to the same conclusion? Did they leave their home and cross the lands to make Galehaven under the assumption you can't win by fighting, so they fled? But that didn't work. They were followed. Too many questions. Too many little bits and pieces. Nothing is clear.
Did it speak to Alexander as well?
The skeleton, yes, it spoke to both Lyra and Alexander. Lyra surmised to its face that it was a puppet, and that there was something behind it, and it confirmed as much. Whoever our main enemy is, they do not want to show their face. They're not ready, not willing, or not able.
Could someone we know be doing this?
It is possible. What confuses me is the twisting of divine to aid itself. It's like fire taking water and adding it as a fuel. It should not be a thing.
All I know is I wish to find a way to destroy it. And those who have the ability to make it happen.
I just thought, we don't need to search everyone's houses or settlement. We don't need to tear their places apart. This jewel repels undead, and repels them from a considerable distance. All we have to do is get an undead and drag them along with us from settlement to settlement. And if that undead runs into some sort of invisible barrier, is repelled, disintegrates or screams because it cannot be dragged further closer, then we know we're in the right location.
Would that work?
I don't see why it wouldn't. Whether it be a mindless undead that we capture, or whether it be one of the vampires from Eben, either way should work.
Yes, I would love to capture one of them. I hear they are formidable warriors.
I've met the vampires at Ebenspire once. They were a lot of bluster and arrogance. Unfortunately for them, the sun was high. I was not foolish enough to loiter and wait for night.
I have been there once. Their people called me Pit. That was the last time I've been there. I am no one's pet.
I believe everything they say and do is in an effort to elicit a reaction. Physical, emotional, spiritual.
Had I known that, things would have gone very different there. Maybe they too are looking for a great warrior to challenge.
Everything I was taught at the church is that vampires, especially the older vampires, are caught in a loop of eternity and secretly long for rest, secretly long for death. And that for us to bring them the final death, to bring them into the light, is a mercy for their tormented existence.
I was told many ways to kill them. Stake through the heart, fire burn the body, cut the head off, cut the heart out. One even said garlic.
I've heard many rumors across many different places. What works in these lands I do not know. But I know that the purity of the divine healer, the light of Pelor, is anathema to the shadows, and the vampires live in shadow. I am told that their home used to be a cathedral, that it used to serve a deity with a higher purpose than they, and that they went there and slaughtered them, took their building for their own. I don't know if those stories are true, but it's high time that renovations to that abbey were done. Perhaps the roof needs to be removed.
Vampires are dead things, right?
Oh yes.
Maybe they might have some magic users who understand this stuff.
Perhaps. But it is not in their interests to aid us.
Yes, it is. And I was told vampires eat people.
True.
If the dead take over and there are no people, there is no more food.
Then you'll have to speak to the more older and intelligent ones. The young, the brash, and the arrogant will not listen.
Maybe there is one who can make them listen.
Maybe. It's an interesting thought to seek out their perspective in regards to this, as you are right. If whatever this we are facing wins, the vampires will have no new blood, whether for food or to turn.
That forces them into this, whether they like it or not.
You know that even if they say they will assist us because of that reason, they will attempt to twist the situation to their own advantage.
And you think we will not? We will find a way to have them all destroyed at once, when this all done. Bring them all to a certain area. Have them set ablaze. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
They have avoided the judgment of their gods and goddesses far too long. They have stepped out of the queue, and it is time for them to return.
That would involve luring them out of their castle.
Castles are but wood and stone. They will not leave the castle, and we make the castle leave them.
That can also be done. Make
What
no
Lyra
mistake,
and myself.
I do not trust them and will never trust the dead. They are abominations and should be put to rest.
I agree. The only dead should be those in graveyards, resting peacefully, their souls passed on. We have a small graveyard over in our Godswood. It has a few occupants at this point, and we've made sure that they will not become a problem. Since this undeath thing began, all of our dead are cremated and their ashes then buried on consecrated ground. We do not wish to face our loved ones again.
That would not be a problem for me. When it comes to the dead, my enemy is very clear. I will not compromise from this.
We are not attempting to compromise either. My Lord Alexander is a devout follower of Pelor. In the line of Apollo, he will not turn away from the light, and Pelor's teachings are clear when it comes to undead. I should probably retire to the clinic as sundown approaches slowly.
And I will be at Galhaven until the storm.
Hopefully, I can travel with Lyra to this meeting. But if not, then I hope your meeting with the mayor goes well.
It will one way or the other. Whether I leave with him a broken jaw or not.
The citizens of Galhaven have been too tight-lipped while asking for help in return. You have to make it clear to them that information must flow like wine, or help will stop.
That will be very clear.
Good, good.
As I have stated, I cannot risk more lives if we do not have full information. That is a foolish thing to do.
May Pelor's light watch over you.
Rest well.
Hopefully I will see you on the morrow. Until then, may your hunt be successful.